Well, I like to call this one the Zombie Victrola. This is Victrola 50 number 3002. That means it was produced sometime in the first month and a half to 2 months of production in 1921 at the Victor Camden factory. Of course, this one is, it's a little hard to tell, but it was quarter sawn oak. Horrible storage for many, many years. Completely destroyed the case. You can see all the veneer is lifting over here, and the wood is swollen, it's warped, it's cracked, it's split, and it's even got insect damage. If there's something that can happen to wood, including dry rot, it's happened to this one. Yet, despite all of that, mechanically, this machine is perfect. I took the motor out, I cleaned it, greased it, put a new spring in it, rebuilt the reproducer, cleaned up the tone arm, and it plays. Despite its appearance, it still plays perfectly as if it was 1921. And you can see this has had a hard life. The whole underside is gouged and ripped and torn. Probably thousands of picnics and rocks and everything else. Looks like they stored this in a damp shed. There's water damage on top. And you can see all the little splits here and there. I had bought this for a parts machine, but I have to admit I just couldn't resist seeing what I could do with it. Inside's not as bad. That survived in a little bit better condition. There's salvageable parts in there. The top is splitting a little bit, but not much you can do about that. Now let's see, we have Words by the Benson Orchestra of Chicago. Ironic that, considering there are no words in this particular performance. Rebuilt reproducer, exhibition, which is correct for this machine. 1921, this came standard from the factory with the exhibition. You could upgrade it to number 2 if you wanted to, and many did. Zombie Victrola. The Zombie Victrola. We could take a closer look at it. Unfortunately, there is just nothing I can do with this case. It's too far gone. But I'm thinking about keeping it just the way it is. This is the kind of machine where, you know, if you wanted to take it out on a day it might rain, who cares? You're not going to hurt it. You can bang it into something. You're not going to hurt it any worse than it is. I mean, I have a lot of nice machines. The weather's a little iffy. I'm not going to bring them out, but this, yeah, why not? Let's see. Close that case. You can get a nice look at what poor storage does to a wood box Victrola or any Victrola. And this is it. Look what they've done to it. But yet, despite this, it still plays. You can see wormholes in there even. See the wormholes? Right here and here. Yeah, the bugs got into that wood and chewed it up. They like damp wood. They found it here. Take a look at the other side. Yeah, that's the bottom. What's left of it. See, on these 50s, really only the bottom and the top are veneer. Everything else is solid wood, but it doesn't matter. Solid wood can only take so much before it's going to be doing that. Wormholes here and there too in that one. And you can see where the back panel split right here. That was caused by somebody flopping open the lid many years ago without the stay on it, and it split loose. I had to glue it back on. I really don't need to use it for parts, so I think I'm going to keep it this way for a while. You know, everything mechanical's good on it. Good reproducer, motor, all that's fine. It'll play records just fine. So I'm not too picky. I'll keep that for my outdoor iffy weather player, or a bang around player if you will. Nice rusty handle. You really see how that's warped over here. Not much you can do with that when it gets that bad. It's just replacement time, or you get a donor case, which I do have. I could swap this to another case if I wanted to, but the donor case isn't that much better. And there it goes. Oh. Number 3002 Victor Victrola 50. Yeah, the felt really isn't even that bad inside. It's stained from rust, but it's not horrible. I've seen a lot worse. Chunks missing here and there, typical. And yet the speed control didn't rust, which is surprising. This has the full metal horn, being the early model. You can see it back there. One piece metal. That's a hallmark of the early Victor Victrola 50. Later on, back here became wood, and that gave better support to the back of the case to prevent that split that I showed you a minute ago. Even the brake still holds. I'll hold the pressure off it. Okay. And that's your look at the zombie Victrola, back from the dead.